Hi, this is the second part. That was a really high, right? This is the second part of the topic, which was scientific notation. This is a big deal, okay? This topic is divided into three sections. The first one, which is the basis, the one that you saw the last classes, that was converting scientific notation in standard form, was the easy part. Let's call this the big deal, okay? This is the actual topic that I was trying to get since we were in August, and it requires you to pay attention. It won't be that hard. The thing is that if you are one of the people that likes to skip steps, or that likes to do their own way, then I guess at the beginning it will be hard for you. So please, let's open your mind, pay attention to the things that I'm doing, the things that I'm saying, and try to do the same as me, and then you are allowed to remove the steps, but right now follow what I'm doing. So adding and subtracting scientific notation. We are gonna start explaining based on an example. It says, add 5.7 times 10 to the 4th power plus 4.87 times 10 to the 5th power. I'm sure that you have seen additions like that, and you have seen numbers written scientific notation like that. The thing is that you hadn't seen this mixed. That's the problem with this, that I am sure you had never worked with these two topics mixed. So pay attention. Step number 1. Before we start, let me highlight the numbers with different colors, okay? I'm gonna add 5.7 times 10. 5.7 times 10 to the 4th power, and 4.87 times 10 to the 5th power. Number 1, it says the number with the smaller exponent needs to be changed to a larger exponent. First, let's identify the exponent. One says it has times 10 to the 4th power. This is this one. And the other one is times 10 to the 5th power. Which one is bigger? I know the number 5 is bigger, so this will stay the same, okay? This will be the same. Let's go back and back. I forgot that if I go back, I'm gonna have to suffer like this. So I'm not gonna erase the video even though this happened. Now wait for me. It was here. So that means I need to change the smaller one. So I need to change the first part of the operation into a larger exponent. That is, with other words, necesito cambiar el 4 al 5. El exponente chico lo quiero hacer más grande. O sea, quiero convertir este a este. How am I gonna do it? That's the deal. It says move the decimal point. Of course, that instruction is way too simple. Do you remember when we saw converting scientific notation to standard form, etc.? We said that if I move to the right, the exponent is positive. If I move to the left, the exponent is negative. This was used when we were working with scientific notation and standard form. Okay. Right now, you gotta erase that from your mind in this topic. Those rules do not apply to this one. Rules are going to change only for this part. This rule applies to changing numbers, okay, to the first part of the topic. Right now, the rules are gonna be like this. It will be like, let me change the color. I'm gonna write this with yellow. The rules for this topic is, let's say, for addition and subtraction, and also for multiplication and division, but right now let's stay there. The rules are gonna be the following, okay? These are gonna be the rules. Oops. These are gonna be the rules. If I move, they're gonna be the same, but opposite. If I move to the left, I'm adding. If I move to the right, it will be negative. How is this gonna apply to what I'm doing? Pay attention, because this is the important part, okay? If I wanna change 5.7 times 10 to the 4th power, I wanna change that to a bigger exponent, I'm gonna move to the left. That's the reason what I say. If it is positive, I'm gonna move to the left. I'm gonna explain this in Spanish because I really care the most that you learn this rather than you practice. So, vamos a verlo, claro, ¿ok? Ya te había dicho que la regla era, quiero cambiar el número con el exponente menor al exponente mayor. ¿Por qué? Porque esa es la regla. It says, the number with the smaller exponent needs to be changed to a larger exponent. Entonces, 5.7 por 10 a la 4 se tiene que cambiar a un exponente por 10 a la 5. So, si el número necesito hacerlo mayor, me voy a mover hacia la izquierda. ¿Por qué? Porque esa es la nueva regla que acabamos de crear. Entonces, ¿cuántos lugares o cuántos números de diferencia hay entre 4 y entre 5? Sorry. There's one number from difference, as a difference. One number as a difference. That means I'm gonna move one time to the left. Why to the left? Porque esta es la nueva regla. La nueva regla dice, si quiero hacer un número más grande, me voy a mover hacia la izquierda. ¿Cuántas veces la cantidad de números que necesite moverlo para llegar al otro? Entonces, si quiero convertir de 4 a 5, me voy a mover un lugar. Lo quiero hacer más grande, me muevo a la izquierda. Entonces, este se mueve a la izquierda. Instead of that, now will be 0.57 times 10 to the fifth power. Am I clear? Vamos a practicarlo como quieran todo. Rewrite the problem. Now, this doesn't exist anymore, and now what it exists is this problem. I have written again the same problem. So, step number 3. Add and subtract the decimal numbers. The power of 10 will not change. Esta regla es muy importante. ¿Tú qué vas a hacer? Dice add and subtract the decimal numbers. ¿Cómo vas a sumar y restar o restar? Porque ahorita es pura suma. Como tú sabes sumar y restar. O sea, tal cual como es normal. Y después dice que el power of 10, o sea, el por 10 a la no sé qué, no va a cambiar. Si aquí me quedo por 10 a la 5, porque aquí estaba así, por 10 a la 5, así se va a quedar mi respuesta. ¿Cuándo va a cambiar? Cuando el resultado no quede parejo. Ahorita vamos a ver algún ejemplo, ¿ok? Entonces, vamos a sumar completamente normal. 0.57 plus... Oops, I don't have spaces here. Plus 4.87. Let's add, okay? Add as you are used to do it. 7 plus 7 is 14. 5 plus 8 is 13. Plus 1 is 14. And then 4 plus 1 is 5. Remember, when you are adding, you put down the decimal point. So my answer, this was an arrow. My answer is 5.44. That is the answer for the addition. Now I gotta put all the answer together. My whole answer will be 5.44 times 10 to the fifth power. ¿Por qué se quedó por 10 a la 5? Porque yo convertí este a 10 a la 5 y el otro ya estaba así. Entonces me queda 5.44 por 10 a la 5. You didn't understand? Let's do it again with another example. Okay, now instead of adding, we're gonna subtract. Okay, let's see. Remember that this little point means the same as multiplying. Okay, o sea, por 10 a la 5, etc. So it says subtract. Remember the new rules. Before we even start, let's remember our new rule. The rule was, if I move to the left, I'm making a number bigger. If I move to the right, I'm making the number smaller. Okay? Now that I have these rules, remember these are not the same rules whenever you were converting from scientific notation to standard form. So subtract. The step 1 was identify the number with the biggest exponent. And I know the number with the biggest exponent, the bigger exponent, is this one. So that one will stay the same and the second one will change. It is 4.3 times 10 to the 5th power. That number is going to change into the other one. Why? Because I need to make the smaller one as I need to make it as the other exponent. I need to convert that into the other exponent. So I do the same process and I say, how many numbers or difference are between 6 and 5? Just one. That means I need to move that decimal point one time. And I want to make the number bigger, right? Because that's the rule. So then if I want to make it bigger, I'm going to move to the left. Why? Because that's the rule now. So one time to the left because I'm making the number bigger. So it will be changed like 0.43 times 10 to the 6th power. Is that understood what I did that? Acuérdate que la regla era, observo la ecuación, no son ecuaciones. Observo la operación, identifico cuál de los dos números es el que tiene el exponente más chico. Una vez que lo identifiqué, voy a cambiar al número con el exponente más chico lo voy a cambiar y lo voy a convertir al más grande. Entonces, mi número era 4.3 por 10 a la 5. ¿Cuántos números de diferencia hay entre 6 y 5? Un solo número de diferencia. Eso quiere decir que voy a mover el punto una sola vez. Tú vas a mover el punto dependiendo de cuántos números haya diferencia entre los exponentes. Como aquí nada más hay uno, quiere decir que yo nada más voy a mover el punto una vez. ¿Hacia qué lado? Hacia la izquierda. ¿Por qué? Porque es la nueva regla. La nueva regla dice que si yo quiero hacer un número más grande, me voy a mover a la izquierda. Si yo quiero hacer un número más chico, me voy a mover hacia la derecha. Entonces moví el punto y ya se acabó. Second step was rewriting the operation. So it is 2.2 times 10 to the 6th power minus 4.3 times 10 to the 6th power. Sorry, I copied the same number. It was 0.43. Why? Because that is the number that we changed. Lo único que hice fue reescribirla. Ya está acá. Okay? I rewrite it and then I can start solving. It is a subtraction, so I just need to subtract. I'm gonna subtract 2.2 minus 0.43. Remember that you need to write a 0 here. And I don't remember your way of subtracting, so I'm gonna subtract in my own way. If you are aware that you are able to perform your subtraction perfectly, then don't worry and don't follow me when I'm subtracting. But if your way of subtracting doesn't work, then you need to change it. Entonces, let's do it. I make this a 10. 10 minus 3 is 7. I give this one back, and now this is not a 4, this is a 5. So I cannot take 5 out of 2, so I make it a 12. 12 minus 5 is 7. I put down the decimal point. This number goes back to here, and I said 2 minus 1 is 1. So my final answer was 1.77 times 10. ¿Cuál va a ser el exponente que voy a escribir? El que tenían los números que usaste para la operación al final. Entonces, times 10 to the 6th power. And then, you're done. Okay? I guess the more we do it, the easier it will be. Okay? Si mi resta no te quedó muy clara, no te preocupes. Tú tienes tu forma de hacerla y eso está bien. Okay? Let's do two more examples. I'm sorry that this video is too long, but this is the only thing that you gotta do. So I hope you're watching, even though you have learned it or not. I don't know. The next step is this one. Okay. Let's see. It is at 3.6 times 10 to the 5th power plus 2.7 times 10 to the 4th power. Again, I rewrite my rule. Remember the rule for adding and subtracting was, if I want to make a number bigger, I'm going to move to the left. if I want to make a number smaller, I'm going to move to the right, okay? So in this case, I need to check and decide which one is the small, has the exponent with the 4, sorry, wait, I'm changing colors. I need to identify the number with the smaller exponent, which is this one. Why? Because 4 is less than 5, so that one. And then I write it here, 2.7 times 10 to the 4th power. I need to change the number with the smaller exponent into the number with, to the exponent of the other number. So I see again that the numbers between 4 and 5, it's 1. So I need to move that point one time. And as I want to make it bigger, I'm going to move to the left. How many times? Just 1, because that's the number of difference between 5 and 4. So I just move it, and the point will stay here. I rewrite this number as 0.27 times 10 to the 5th power. Remember the explanation that I just gave before. Dije, el número con el exponente menor se cambia al número del exponente mayor. Cuento cuántos números de diferencia hay entre 5 y 4, que es solamente 1. Y como yo quiero hacer mi número más grande, o sea, quiero cambiar el exponente más chico al más grande, uso esta regla. Entonces ya, lo hice. Second step was rewriting the operation. 3.6 times 10 to the 5th power plus 0.27 times 10 to the 5th power. I'm copying this one. Remember, this is what I care the most, and this one. Now that I have copied, I can say that this operation does no longer exist. So it is an addition. I just add regularly 3.6 plus 0.27. I can add a 0 here, yes, it doesn't change a thing. 0 plus 7 is 7. 6 plus 2 is 8. I put down the decimal point, and then 3 plus 0 is 3. And my final answer is 3.87 times 10. And then remember that the operation stayed with the exponent of 5, so this is my answer. 3.87 times 10 to the 5th power. And you're done. The last exercise, okay? Very last exercise. Please pause the video, copy this, and think how you will do it. And then once you have decided how to do it, play it so you can see if you were right or you were wrong. Guys, one thing. Don't get scared because you are seeing negative numbers, okay? Don't get scared. It is the same. It will be exactly the same, but with the small difference or the slight change that the exponent is now negative. So I just start, okay? First, I copy again the rule. If I'm making a number positive, bigger, I move to the left. If I'm making it smaller, I move to the right. And then I just identify the number with the smaller exponent. In this case, you gotta apply your knowledge and knowing which of this is bigger. ¿Cuál es mayor? ¿Menos 12 o menos 13? Acuérdate que según la regla, si yo aquí pongo un 0, esta es una línea numérica, aquí están los positivos, aquí están los negativos, o sea, menos 1, menos 2, bla, bla. Entre más cerca esté del 0, más grande va a ser. That means negative 12 is bigger than negative 13, ¿ok? Señalo el número que es menor. El que es menor es este. This is the number that needs to be changed. So, I just copied this down. 1.5 times 10, to the negative power of 13. And then how many numbers are of difference between 12 and 13? Only one number. And as I want to make it bigger, I'm gonna move to the left because that's the rule. How many times? The amount of numbers between 12 and 13, which is only 1. and I move the number in the decimal point. Now the number is 0.15 times 10 to the negative power of 12. Yes? Is it understood how it was done? Hice lo mismo que habíamos practicado, con la única diferencia que ahora los exponentes son negativos. Identifiqué cuál era menor, yo me di cuenta que menos 13 es menor que menos 12, o sea, los exponentes. Entonces yo cambio 1.5 por 10 a la menos 13, lo tengo que hacer más grande. ¿Cómo? Utilizando la regla que si me muevo a la izquierda lo hago más grande. ¿Cuántos lugares voy a mover ese punto? Pues la cantidad de números que hay entre 12 y 13, o sea, 1. Y ya, lo hice, ya la tengo ahí escrita. ¿Qué voy a hacer ahora? Voy a reescribir el problema. Let's rewrite it. 1.19 times 10 to the negative power of 12 minus 0.15 times 10 to the negative power of 12. This no longer exists, and this is what I care about, okay? This is what I need to solve. So if it was a subtraction, I start 1.9 minus 0.15. Remember, you need to add a 0 here, or if you don't want to, that's fine, but remember, you gotta subtract. No se te ocurra ponerme 5. Bueno, o sea, vaya, esa sí va a ser la respuesta, pero supongamos que, por ejemplo, fuera 1.80 menos 3.72, por ejemplo. No se te ocurra ponerme un 2 abajo, así que, pues 0 menos 2 es 2. Claro que no. Tienes que convertirlo a decenas, etc. O sea, acuérdate cómo restar. Ahora sí. I cannot remove 5 from 0, so I make it a 10. 10 minus 5, it's 5. I give this one back, and now this is not a 1, this is a 2. 9 minus 2 is 7. And then I put down the decimal point, and 1, I don't write one here, because this number didn't demand for another. O sea, ese número era suficientemente grande para poderle restar el 2, entonces no pidió prestado, así se queda. And then 1 minus 0, it's 1. So my answer is 1.75 times 10 to the negative power of 12. And you are done. Why 12? Because that is the exponent of the last operation. And that will be it for today, or for this moment of the class. Please, please, please do your best effort. Rewatch it. Do it. Don't skip parts. Don't be watching TV or talking to someone else's Instagram, etc. Please pay attention to the things that you are learning, okay?